Elif, and I am a faculty member at San Francisco State University, by the way. So we have an increasing number of Turkish immigrants or immigrants from Turkey in the Bay Area. Normally, we are guessing that there are about 5,000 at least immigrants from Turkey. And within the last 5-6 years or so, we have seen a significant increase in the number of immigrants from Turkey. You also see here a lot of faculty members like myself who previously signed a peace petition about the Kurdish-Turkish conflict in Turkey. So some of the people here have been dealing with the authoritarian government who are kind of with the fear policies, politics of the fear, scaring people away from Turkey. So as I said in my sign, yes, we did immigrate from Turkey. We were in many ways forced to live outside of Turkey because we don't feel safe to work, to talk, to write, to teach in Turkey. And unfortunately, with these events, like the recent one at Boğaziçi University, the number of young people especially, but even the scientists, politicians, so many other people, journalists, who have been forced to immigrate from Turkey is just increasing. So this is a problem. As you know, throughout the whole world, in the United States, the drug wars, right, keeps increasing the number of immigrants in this country. And in the Middle East, again, the politics of the fear and such dictatorships, such authoritarian governments are doing so. So we also perceive ourselves as political refugees, as refugees of science, education, because again, we don't feel safe to live and to work in our own country, which is very, very painful. So as immigrants in the Bay Area, we have nothing to do perhaps but just to come together and share our support with our professors and friends in Turkey.
Public education is under attack in the United States too.
Exactly, yeah. We have seen after the academics, for Black Lives or in general Black Lives Matter movements last summer, we have seen in many universities, many professors were threatened because of talking about academics, the Black Lives Matter protests and other things very openly. And such things are happening in so many other countries, especially the ones in the Middle East, for a very, very long time. For example, in Turkey, we have millions of Syrian refugees. The Syrian refugees have suffered many, many similar things. So it's very ironic, like how people just keep looking for new homes, looking for safety. But at the same time, as you can see from this crowd, we can't just give up on our home country. Our first home is always Turkey. So we still have hope.
Güzel günler göreceğiz çocuklar. İnanın, güneşli günler göreceğiz. Motorları süreceğiz maviliklere.
So we are mostly the graduates of Boğaziçi University, and we are here today to actually protest against the infringement on the freedom of university, on the campus, on our institutions, on our tradition, and generally the lack of freedom at Turkish universities. We would like the government to stop these infringements, trying to destroy traditions, heritage, and we would love Boğaziçi to remain the colorful and free all the way, as it has always been since the mid-19th century.
You're worried about the future, the destruction of the university.
I worry very much about the future. The next generations who come to Boğaziçi to find themselves, to hear different voices, different narratives, and Boğaziçi has always been very good at providing all the spectrum to its students to find themselves, to be the agents of builders of their future. And now this is in jeopardy, and that's why we would like to protest against the loss of this kind of forum, this kind of freedom to explore.
It seems like it's going on internationally with Trump. The same thing, they try to put in fundamentalism here, religious ideology.
It's like there is this unbelievable greed going on land, greed on property. It's not, and looking at Boğaziçi, some people see, oh, this is a wonderful parcel of land at this premium spot. They do not see the human capital that is being lost while they are trying to serve this to the capitalists of the world. That's why we're here, to protest against that.
Do you think the Turkish people will be able to stand up? Because there's tremendous repression, police, beatings, arrests. I mean, you have to be...
We've seen a lot. We've been through coups a lot.
Supported by the United States.
So I have full confidence in my people. They see what's going on. And with the given opportunities and hopefully some leaders emerging, they will follow the right path. I have absolute confidence in that.
I'm a graduate of Boğaziçi University in Istanbul, and now the president of Turkey appointed a rector, a president to this university, which normally must be a result of the democratic election within the university among the professors. But this is not the case, and we are here to protest this undemocratic event, first of all, but in the uprising, in the student demonstrations in Boğaziçi University, more than 150 students got detained. They got injured by the police, and we are here to add our voices to their voices and let them know that we are here for them, and we support their goals here.
Why are they doing this in Turkey? What does Erdogan want? Why does he want to appoint somebody who is not democratically elected?
This is like like a sign that shows the corrupted power relations in Turkey. He's trying to how can I say, capture all the democratic communities and just corrupt.
Sounds like Trump.
Exactly, very sounds like Trump. But the point is that these little actions actions of solidarity that we show here, hopefully will make the students more courageous, and just a little bit support, I think, means a lot, even though we are very far from our home. I think this is very important, and just we are here to show our solidarity.
And many professors have lost their jobs.
Yes.
How is that?
This is an ongoing situation. It's been going on after the coup d'etat, 15th of July coup d'etat, and many professors lost their jobs. More than, I think, 5,000 professors in universities lost their jobs, and many of them cannot leave the country. Their passports are cancelled. This is another awful thing. So I think this protest, these actions of solidarity are protesting many things that are happening in the country. There's many actions that these fascist government is taking. It's not only about this rector election. This is, and I think this is a point that all the peoples living in Turkey, the majority of peoples, are very angry and unhappy about many things, and all these little actions become a sign to enhance our voice of disagreements,
Mehmet Bayram, and I'm a journalist. I also write for the Sendika.org in Turkey.
And what's going on here today? San Francisco, next to Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, like everywhere else, including Dubai, Australia, most countries in Europe, people are getting together to show their frustration with the Turkish government. What has happened is that the Turkish government, or Erdogan himself, appointed a chancellor, a rector, to one of the most prestigious universities in Turkey. That's the Boğaziçi University. And he does not want to listen to or adhere to the democratic history of these universities, because traditionally the chancellors are elected within the academia in Turkey, but now with the new laws that he has passed, and with the emergency measures, he's appointing the chancellors himself, which is very anti-democratic. And so we are here together in San Francisco to show our support to the students and the academicians and all the teachers, all the workers, all the nurses and doctors who are resisting the fascist system in Turkey.
Okay, and what's going on here? Is there an attack on education here?
Well, whatever is happening in Turkey is happening all over the world. There's an attack on the healthcare workers. There's an attack on the teachers. Look at it. Even the new administration is trying hard to open the schools. And already we are getting reports that there are students who are infected with the virus, and they are going to spread it. So they're playing with fire just because they want to have the students go to school so that the parents can work. All they want to do is open up the workplaces, have the workers go in. Whether they get sick or not, it doesn't matter. As long as the production and profit making continues, they are actually putting everybody's lives under risk. The same thing in Turkey. There are already doctors and the journalists who have reported on the number of cases that's going on have been jailed, have been imprisoned for giving the right information. Turkey does not have a democratic system, and you cannot report on real issues. Just a couple of days ago, a journalist who reported on the faulty ways that the railroads had been set up and a huge accident happened. Now he is being charged for reporting on this accident. So in a situation like this, you don't have information. So it is open to many people's interpretations, and that is a very unsafe environment.
I graduated from Boğaziçi University quite some time ago, and we are here today together with a bunch of other people across the world to protest the continuous suppression of everything that's been going on in Turkey, in particular at the lovely university that I have graduated from. It is a despicable act on behalf of the primarily Erdogan and the ruling neo-fascist government in Turkey, and they basically wanna turn the country and anybody who can actually have a little bit of conscience left into their own slaves.
Is this the destruction of education?
It is part of the
come together as graduates of Boğaziçi University. It's one of the top and oldest academic institutions in Turkey, and it has lots of alumni in US and all around the world. And right now, very concerning things going on in Turkey, and particularly targeting our university. The president of Turkey appointed a party member as the rector, which means the president of the university. And we don't accept these decisions because we believe that academia should be free of any political, any business-related chains to make quality production. And we want to protect our university, we want to protect the institution that raised us and make us to be able to come to achieve good things all over the world. This is very important for us, and our professors, academics, the staff, the students are resisting against this decision. No one really wants someone out of the institution, someone with political affiliations as the president of the university, but they are being targeted by lots of groups. They are called as terrorists, but we know that they are just students as we used to be. And we understand them, but in Turkey their voices are not being heard. Instead, their voices are being suppressed by police forces, by media, and we are here to show our support and support their cause and to give them some motivation.
Nilgün Ozer.
And you're a professor?
Yes, professor of material science. I'm a scientist, and I graduated from Boğaziçi University. Class of 1978 from physics department, but my thesis was on the applied physics, and then I moved to material science.
And why are you here today? We're here in San Francisco and next to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Here to protest my alma mater because they appointed a president of the university that nobody, no faculty and no students could accept, and he is not a good fit for the norms of being a faculty at the Boğaziçi University. He doesn't have enough publications and he doesn't have enough citations to be able to be a faculty at Boğaziçi University. And of course the whole faculty against this idea because he did not deserve for being a president for the Boğaziçi University. Boğaziçi University is a very traditional university and freedom of speech and everything. So everybody is here against the idea of...
Is this the destruction of education, what's going on in Turkey?
Oh, in general, it's getting worse and worse. Yeah. I think there is no free education. I'm very, very sorry about what is happening on the education side of academia, higher, and also public education. There are some good universities, the private universities like Koç, Sabancı, and Bilkent University, but the rest is not really giving a decent education.
And why is the government doing this? Why is Erdogan doing this?
Because he wants us to be on the power.
Kalanlar da gelebilir.
I'm Cihan Tugal and I'm a professor of sociology at UC Berkeley.
And why are you here today? We're here at the Golden Gate Bridge and there's a lot of concern about what's happening in Turkey as far as university.
Yes, exactly. There are multiple concerns. So to start with the immediate incident, it's the appointment of a rector undemocratically by the Turkish president at a university where rectors have been usually elected by the professors. So that's the most immediate concern. And then afterwards, when there were protests about that, there were many arrests and other infringement of democratic rights, especially of students. And hundreds of students are held under arrest or they're being tried for based on bogus charges. So that all of those are the smaller issue. The bigger issue is that this regime in Turkey is finishing off the free academia. So academic production and teaching in a free environment is becoming impossible. So the president is appointing all of these rectors who do not have any qualifications. And by the way, the person who is appointed to Boğaziçi University, he is suspected of heavy plagiarism, not regular plagiarism, really heavy plagiarism. So, this is a part of a bigger campaign to finish off serious academic production in Turkey. And then there's the broader picture where many democratic institutions are being held hostage by appointed people. So it's not just universities. Many municipalities, especially in Turkish Kurdistan, have been basically put out of business by the president's appointments. They cannot function. So it started in Turkish Kurdistan and then it spread to the West and started to affect the academia in general, and it ultimately came to this more prestigious university. So this was really the last chain in a very long series of anti-democratic applications.
And the issue of privatization of public education, corruption, is there a problem in Turkey about privatization and corruption?
Yes, again, that's a part of the even broader picture because that has been going on for 40 years. So analysts usually focus on this regime, which has been in power for 18 years, but it actually started with, Pinochet, Reagan, Thatcher, and then Evren and Özal in Turkey. So they started this whole process. And this regime is just an offshoot of that privatization and corruption. So it didn't start 18 years ago. It's really the culmination of a very long and global process that started with Pinochet, globally speaking, and in Turkey with Kenan Evren and Turgut Özal in the 1980s.
The United States was supporting military coups in 1980
exactly.
and supporting the fundamentalists. They supported Erdogan. Why is the United States doing that?
Yeah, it used to support Erdogan, we should say. It was a part of the Pinochet project, really. So,
neoliberalism.
Yes, supporting religious, but not just any religious. I mean, right-wing reactionary religious forces, so that they would open the way for the privatization of education, health, all public services. And as I said, it started in 1980. It didn't start with this government, but this government is just the pinnacle of this. And the reason today the US is no longer in support of Erdogan, I mean, there are multiple reasons, but one reason is related to this. It's because Erdogan is now taking things in a slightly different direction, in a more right-wing nationalist direction instead of right-wing usual neoliberalism. So there's more corruption and also there's more nationalism, and there is less regular neoliberalism. So that's the new direction. So that's why he's falling out of favor.
Bizi inanılmaz gururlandırıyor. Bize destek amaçlı burada bulunan Türkiye'li ve Amerikalı dostlarımızın varlığına ayrıca müteşekkiriz. Kırılgan demokrasimizi canlı tutmak ve akademinin özelliğini korumak adına verilen mücadelede yer aldığınız için minnettarız. 4 Ocak'ta yapılan antidemokratik rektör atamasına karşı direnenlere selam olsun. Bugün bizi biz yapan değerlere katkıda bulunan, bize hala ilham veren hocalarımıza selam olsun. Her gün, her koşulda sırtlarını rektörlük binasına dönerek protestolarına devam ediyorlar. Polis şiddetine rağmen direnişlerini sürdüren Z kuşağı öğrencilerine selam olsun. Şimdi sizlere Boğaziçi Üniversitesi Mezunlar Derneği, Boğaziçi Üniversitesi için Mezunlar Girişimi, Boğaziçi Üniversitesi İş İnsanları Girişimi ve Boyut'un ortak kaleme aldıkları bildiriyi okumak istiyorum. Bizler akademisyen, girişimci, sanatçı, araştırmacı, yönetici, sporcu, esnaf, çiftçi, sivil toplum gönüllüsü, kamu ve özel sektör emekçileriyiz. Ülkemizde ve yurt dışında çalışan, üreten, Türkiye ve dünya için her alanda değer yaratan on binlerce Boğaziçi'liyiz. Bizler Boğaziçi Üniversitesi'ne ülkemizin dört bir yanından ve toplumun her kesiminden emeğimizle geldik. Bu üniversitede eleştirel ve özgür düşünceyi, farklılıklara saygı duyup birlikte yaşamayı, karşıt düşüncelerden korkmamayı, yapıcı tartışmayı ve uzlaşmayı, öğrenci kulüplerinde dayanışmayı ve sorumluluk almayı öğrendik. Bizler ancak özgür, demokrat ve özerk öğrenim ortamlarında yetişen bireylerin ülkemizi gelişim ve refah hedeflerine ulaştıracağına inanıyoruz. Bu nedenle Boğaziçi Üniversitesi mezun toplulukları olarak
Yuh soyanlara soyup kaçırmayan
Boğaziçi her yerde